So I need to turn this into this. Wow, these things are huge. That guy's a good 8 inches across. We got furniture in the back too, so we're gonna go back there and we'll move that off as well. The mud dauber nest on there. The dining set's still on because we're gonna power wash that and then stain it all in place so we're not down on the dirt making a big mess. Next thing we gotta do is flip up the edges of the tent. So these flaps that keep the rain out, we gotta flip those up so we can get underneath them and then not have to worry about power washing the lower edges of the tent. Just like that. Here. No, actually, that's gonna be okay. I'm the only one that's ever filmed pressure washing the deck of a safari tent on YouTube. Did I actually come up with it first? Probably not, but it's funny to think about that. Okay. I'm actually kind of excited about this. It's been a while since I've done it, and I do take some pride in having built this whole thing and maintaining it. And I guess for the last couple of years or so, I've been meaning to get out here and do this again. I've just been super busy and feeling a little beat down by all the work that goes into maintaining a place like this when I actually live an hour and a half away. But here I am doing it. The big motivator to get me out and do this was actually so I could film it. That certainly helped. It's an added bonus that I am enjoying doing this. I forgot to get Mr. Sheepy out of the way. You know what this is? Let me know. The most common critters we have out here are Jesus, Texas hill country, so it's raccoons and foxes and rabbits. I've never pressure washed with any kind of cleaner before, and so I asked the Bearded Lowe's guy at the Southwest Lowe's in Austin what to use, and he suggested this. I said he'd used it before, and he'd used it with the Cabot stain. I don't know if I believe him, but it seemed reasonable, so that's what I got. And I got my siphon hose running just down into the container, so I don't have to keep refilling the tank there. And I'm gonna use the black nozzle here because this will not blast the cleaner straight into the wood too hard, and it'll just be nice and gentle, because I'm going to wash it first and then put on a more pressurized tip after that once it has once I've covered it. And I'm only going to do a little section at a time because this stuff apparently only needs 30 seconds, and from the way it smells, I can imagine it smells like I don't know, bleach, I guess, which probably has chlorine in it. This is what it looks like after being washed. So tomorrow, this color will get locked in, and it'll be even a little brighter than this. And the shadows, and well, not the shadows, the highlights and whatnot will be even better. So I've gone all the way down there to the bathroom, and now I'm going around to the back. I still have to do this other side over here. You can see this is all still just like super gray. I haven't washed back here, so I got the siphon back in the cleaner, and I'm gonna douse this really quick and then I'll rinse it off. finally get the power washing done, and just in time for the sunset. That wash worked really well. I normally wouldn't be able to get it this clean with just the couple of passes that I made with the power washer. Okay, now you can really see how this has been cleaned up after using the, what is this, 30-second outdoor cleaner. It worked really well. I wouldn't have been able to get this thing so clean as quickly as I did without that stuff, so I'm impressed with it. I'd use it again. So now the next step is to take this guy, which thank you again, Southwest Lowe's bearded paint guy. He suggested this as opposed to the wool one that I had to do the stain, because the wool one's gonna get shredded on this deck. So I hadn't thought of that. I was really appreciative of him sharing that with me. And then I'm gonna use the Cabot Australian Timber Oil in this natural color, like I said, to bring out the natural tones and whatnot of this whitewood. And I got one of these dudes, which is a big fat stain brush for the poles. So I'm gonna do the posts first. I figure that way I'll have more maneuverability around the deck and I won't be worried about stepping on the fresh stain. And then out here in particular, because it's gonna get hot as shit pretty soon. And this is the most exposed area. So that's what I'm gonna do. That looks gorgeous. Hell yeah. Not cool. So I got, so let's say 3 minutes a pole, 3 to 5 minutes per pole. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not that much. And I think I have 15 poles. So we're talking like 45 minutes to an hour to do this one part of the job. And hopefully the mopping is gonna go a little faster. So maybe this whole thing right now is gonna take 4 hours. That'd be nice. Get it done before it's like terribly hot. Okay, there's one, that didn't take long. Yeah, man, that's gonna look awesome over time. These were nicely blending in the areas where I didn't power wash quite evenly. So that's pretty cool. I don't have to, I'm not worried about the differences in texture. And I washed these pretty good, but it's really doing a good job blending it. All right, so I've started to cut in. I'm using the same big brush over there to do the cut in. And man, you can really see the difference between the washed wood and the stained cedar now. Pretty cool. So I'm gonna go all the way around, lifting up the flaps here of the tent and getting up underneath to the base. Ah, shit, I just got my stained hands on the side of the tent. The reason I'm doing this is because it's gonna just make it a whole lot easier to move quickly when I get the mop out without having to worry about bumping into the tent. I'll just have to worry about going kind of slow so I don't sling any material onto the walls of the tent or the base here. But other than that, it should go pretty smoothly. Okay, I've never used this particular thing on a deck before. Every other time I've ever done this deck, I've used a sprayer. I gotta say, this thing works a hell of a lot better and it's a lot less mess. I mean, I'm not wearing a mask or anything, and I mean, maybe I should be, but this is cool. I do have the wrong vessel for the stain though, so it's a little tedious to put this thing in the bucket because it doesn't really fit. I'm probably gonna go through a shitload of stain like this, which means, you know, another trip to Lowe's. So I'm only going up to the sun edge there because it's gonna get really hot right here. Right now it's cool, but the farther the sun gets over the top of the tent, the more brutal it gets right here. So I wanna get this done quick. I think I'm definitely gonna have to get another gallon. That sucks. Ah, crap. I just stained my leg. Clearly, this is not the same pad that I was using. That thing was getting material just all over the place, dripping down in between, and it was getting really crappy coverage for not saving me a lot of time. So I decided to use a stick, put it on this this big brush, and this is working much better. I get a lot more control, and I'm not spilling the material everywhere. This shit is $55 a gallon, and I do not want to just dribble it onto the dirt. It was 102 today, and after about 1 o'clock, I decided to go inside, and I've been in there, and it's right about 8 o'clock now, and it's finally like 95 degrees. Supposedly, this is a one-coat product, so once I get this done, I am done, and this should last for a few years. I'm finally done.